We are live backstage at Tin Man Jam, and it's a joy to welcome back to Houston a Texas native. She's considered one of the most prolific female songwriters in country music, and her new album is finally coming in 2019. Maren Morris, welcome back to Houston.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
So I saw you were in France taking in all the tourist sites.
Yeah, just a couple days ago. I had a show there at a club in Paris, and we just decided to make a little extended vacay out of it.
So what did you think of the Mona Lisa?
It's a lot smaller than you think, but it's amazing. I mean, it's the most famous painting in the world, and to see it from 10 feet away, because they have 4 guards guarding it at all times at the Louvre. It was really amazing.
How much time did y'all get to spend there?
3 days.
Awesome, man. I loved all the pictures. I follow you on Instagram, so I keep up with just about everything. So I'll let you pick. We can talk music first or life first?
Let's talk life.
All right, awesome.
Man.
So the new album is coming out. I guess it's I follow along all this stuff on Instagram, and I've studied you a lot over the past few weeks. I feel like I know you really well. And so I loved your comeback on Instagram when they were like, "Are you making a baby announcement?" with the caption.
Yeah.
So how do you deal with all the people on Instagram?
I like reading the comments because, most of the time, I would say 99% of the time, they're really hilarious and fun and supportive. But the baby making post, that was totally a joke, and I should have thought about it before I hit send or post, because a lot of people immediately thought that I was announcing some pregnancy with Ryan and I, and that was not the case. I was just saying I'm gonna make babies with you someday.
Yeah, you're just being flirty and lovey on him.
Yeah, he's hot.
So and it was a great selfie too, and I loved how you said your caption would be much more clever than that.
yeah. You'll know when there's a pregnancy.
Now, so Christmas time, you have Christmas traditions? Do y'all have any plans this year for Christmas?
Yeah, we're gonna go to Michigan, which is where my husband's from, and his family has a little lake house up there where we got engaged, and so it's just a really cute house on the lake, and I'm hoping for a first white Christmas, because as you know, in Texas we don't really get white Christmases. It's either sunny or ice. So
yeah, and the white Christmases happen about every 15 years or so, they seem.
Yeah.
Or not even white Christmas, just snow, period.
Just snow, yeah. So I'm hoping I get my first one this year.
So what's the last thing you binge watched on Netflix?
Oh my gosh, so many shows. I feel like TV is just killing it right now. I love The Crown, and I wanted to blow through that again before I went to England last week. And what else? Big Mouth, which is this animated series. It's very inappropriate, but it's hilarious.
I've heard about that one.
Yeah, and then
Making a Murderer, right?
Making a Murderer, yeah.
So who do you think did it?
Oh man, it's crazy to talk about real people, but you just get so wrapped up and invested into the story. But I kind of think Bobby Dassey did it.
I'm with you, yeah, and I thought that the stepdad may have helped cover it up, at least just by Zellner's evidence. Not
well, she's amazing.
Oh man,
so
she stole the
smart.
show.
Yeah,
for
sure.
Because I got sucked into the first one around Christmas time a couple years ago, and so when this one came out, I was like, I'm gonna watch this all in a day.
Yeah, me too. I basically did. I mean, when we had a couple weeks off after tour, so I just blew through that series, and in one night basically.
What about Ozarks?
My husband watches that show, but I haven't really gotten into it. I know I should because everyone says it's so good, but there's too many good shows to get invested in.
Narcos is another one.
Yeah.
I
like a lot of true crime.
I'm in the same boat. I like to know that it's been based on true events.
Yeah, that's cool.
And
I'll have to check
and
it
then
out.
I'm a Killer is another one. I'm just rolling them off because clearly I've done some binge watching.
I've seen that one. There's one called Evil Genius that's really good on Netflix.
I've
it's
checked
really
that
creepy.
one out too.
Yeah.
So now moving to the music, because I can't believe how long it's been since you released Hero, and so many singles just kept coming off, and so much great music. So how hard has it been to keep this new music to yourself?
It's been hard. I mean, I am not good at keeping things locked down very well. I mean, I've been doing these secret kind of listening events with fans with the new album songs. So we just did one last night in Dallas, and I did one last week in London, where I just invite fans from my fan club to come out and hear some of the new songs. And so I mean, obviously I'm not doing a very good job at keeping it under wraps, but I cannot wait to release this new music. It's going to be so great, and I'm just really, really proud of it. So no one's more excited than me to get new material out there.
So will there be any cuss words in the new songs?
Oh my gosh, I haven't thought about that.
Only reason I asked,
I
because when I
think-
listened, it always caught me off guard. I was like, oh, there was
yeah,
one
yeah.
there.
There's one or two. I think it's probably less profane than the first one, actually. So, guess I'm growing up.
Are you going to take on any of the, I guess I call them social issues, because, we had Chris Jansen, Drunk Girl. You think about Love Wins from Carrie Underwood, and then the song you did with Vince, Dear Hate.
Yeah.
Do you take on any of the social discussions in your new music?
A little bit, I do, just because I write what I know and what I'm living through, and I think albums should reflect the time period that they're happening in. And so I wouldn't say it's like super political, but it's more like on a human nature level, talking about just human social issues. So I think it's important to use your voice, and if you are a songwriter, write what is on your heart. And I did that with Dear Hate. And it's a really hard song to sing, just because I get pretty emotional each time. But it's helped so many people heal, and I think that's like the point of music. So I'll
Totally.
Continue to keep trying to do it.
Yeah, music's one of those things where it's just kind of the common thread where you get that feeling when you hear a song. Sometimes you're like, man, someone else understands what I'm
Yeah.
thinking, and you can feel kind of alone sometimes. And I think that's where
Right.
music comes through.
Yeah, it's a connection.
Now, in the middle, cultural phenomenon. My daughter loves it. She's about to turn 5, and she knows all the words.
It's a sign it's a hit, as if
no
a toddler
kidding.
likes it.
I'm telling you now. I could say I think it might be the biggest song of the year, really. And was going into the pop world out of your comfort zone, or was that something you think you were always ready for and planning for?
Well, I mean, it was definitely out of my comfort zone, but I loved the song so much. I didn't care what genre it was being placed in. Obviously, I've never worked with an EDM DJ before, but it really is just, it comes down to how good the song is. And I knew the song would be relatable and catchy, and so I wanted to be a part of it from the very beginning. And it's just been amazing to see it kind of crack around the world. And I've played so many countries this year. I've played the U.S., obviously. I've played the U.K., France. I've done South America. And the middle is so universal. You hear, in every language, them singing it back to you. So that's like been the coolest thing about that song.
Well, congrats on all the success, because I mean, it's just so astronomical. It's just anytime you, like you were saying, you get into other continents, multiple continents across the world, and people are singing it back. It's got to be amazing. So congrats
Yeah.
on all that.
Thank you.
And congrats on the new album. Can't wait to hear the new music. Thank you for being here tonight. Thanks for taking some time.
I'm excited. Love
All right,
you guys.
Maren Morris, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.